Problem here is, it could never all be the same thing at the same time. Could it? No. So how am I going to explain this? And now I'm wishing I would have left off, just like the priest did, and just say, matter of faith, leave it. So again, I turned to the Muslim and I said, well, what do you guys believe? What do you believe? He said, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. Meaning, say, He is Allah, the one, unique. The one who is Samad, who is eternally sought after by the creation. Well, He does not need the creation, independent from it. He's not fathered. He's not born. He is not begotten. He doesn't beget, is the meaning of it. And there's nothing like unto Him, because He is Ahad, unique. Okay, that makes sense. The Catholic priest asked him at one point if he could go to the mosque with him. He'd like to see a mosque. He'd never visited one. And I'm telling him, yeah, you don't want to go over there, man. I heard we're going to get demons from this guy, you know. Just be careful. And he started laughing at me. He said, listen, you know, in order to be a priest, one of the things we have to do is study other religions. And I've already studied Islam. And I already know about Islam. I just want to go see what it's like in the mosque over there. I said, you know about it? He said, yeah. Okay. When he came back, we took him aside. We said, what do they do? Do they like slaughter an animal or something, you know? He said, no. He said, these people came, these men lined up, made a line, and he said they stood there like monks. And then they bowed and they prostrated. They worshipped silently, and they left. He said, that's it? He said, that's it. What kind of music did they have? I was a music minister. He said, they didn't have any music. I said, what? How are you going to worship God without music? They didn't. Now, there were some other things going on at the same time. And we picked up some pamphlets and how to answer Muslims, things like this, to look through this. And the Muslim himself had brought some things to read. I'm looking at this and that and comparing. I'm thinking, how come we didn't know any of this? How come we... this isn't the information we're getting from the media. This isn't what we're learning from the, encyclopedias even. We're not... Where's the information about this stuff? Since then, I'm going to digress just for a minute and tell you something. Since then, I found something really amazing. When I was out in southwest part of the United States, in a restaurant waiting for food to come, and they had a display of old books. You know, sometimes they get sort of a theme in a restaurant, and they got these old things laying around. There was a set of encyclopedias, really, really old, in a cabinet, and I asked them if I could look at it while we were waiting for food. They said, go ahead. Of course, I went to letter I, IJ, pulled it out, thumbed it open to Islam. This was a 1929 edition, I think, of Groyer, or one of the well-known encyclopedias. I looked up Islam, and I fully expected to see what I had in mind at home, which was, see Mohammedism. Islam, see Mohammedism. And you see Mohammedism, a religion started by Muhammad in the desert. That's it. But now I'm looking at this old 1929 thing. I opened up Islam. From the Arabic root, salama, meaning to surrender, submit, obey. And I'm reading this as a Muslim at that time, and I'm going, hey, that's right. In peace to Almighty God, the one Lord, Allah, is the same word used by Christians who are Arabs and Jews who are Arabs. I'm going, wow. Imagine this. In 1929, we knew this stuff. And it went on for 6 pages explaining Islam, Muslims, the Salat, Zakat, Hajj, Ramadan, the pillars of belief in Iman, in Allah, His books, His angels, His prophets, the Day of Judgment, the Qadr of Allah, and then a paragraph explaining Qadr of Allah that a lot of Muslims need to be reading about today. All of it's in this old encyclopedia, in English, published in New York, and you're like, what happened from 1929 to 1989? That we forgot all this information? It's a good question. Very good question. In any case, I want to come now back to the story. The Catholic priest decided to go back to that mosque again on another day. It was on a Monday. And he went, and they didn't come back. And it became dark, and we were worried about them. Where are they? What's going on? Finally, they came up the driveway. We lived out in the country, you know. And I said, okay, they're back. It's okay. And then I saw my friend Mohammed get out of the car. And then this guy gets out of the car on the other side, and he's wearing all white like a dress. And he's got this little white cap on his head, you know. I said, what is this? And when he got up to the door, I recognized him. I said, this is the priest. I said, Pete, did you become a Muslim? He said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu Muhammad Rasulullah. And I said, what is this? Now, I used to have a TV show. And it was actually more of a music ministry kind of a show. It was called Estes Music Jamboree. So I got the cameras out, got the microphone out, the lighting, and set everything up. It takes time. By the time I got it all set up, I want to ask him on camera what happened. He fell sound asleep on the couch. I said, oh, well, heck with it. Get to it tomorrow. I go upstairs, and I'm telling my wife, look, I'm trying to think, how can I break this to her? Because there were many of the things I'd learned and studied about Islam and realized that this really made a lot of sense. But how can I introduce the subject to her in a way that we can together progress toward at least being serious about studying this as an alternative to what we had? And when I'm talking, she says, you know what, I want to get a divorce. How do we get into this subject? She said, a Muslim can't be married to a Christian. I said, whoa. Did I say I want to be a Muslim? I did not say. Did I say that? I did not say that. That was not me who said that. I didn't say that. In fact, I would never be a Muslim. Okay? Put your mind at ease. Besides that, what he told us was that a Christian man isn't married to a Muslim woman. But if I wanted to be a Muslim, you could remain as a Christian with no problem. Okay? That's what he said. But I didn't say, well, don't get me wrong. But that is what he said, just for clarification. That a Muslim woman can't be married to a Christian man. She said, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I want to be a Muslim. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I sat down on the bed and I was thinking, boy, you didn't read that. Said, okay, the good news is, I too wish to be a Muslim. Okay? I want to be a Muslim too, and the problem is solved. She looked at me and she said, I don't believe you. I said, no, I'm telling you the truth. I just didn't want to tell you. Okay? She said, I don't believe you. I said, I'm telling you the truth. She said, you're lying. I said, I'm not lying. She said, and you're a liar. I said, what? She said, you're lying now, or you were lying 5 minutes ago when you said you would never be a Muslim. You're a liar. Now get out. She was right. That was a lie, wasn't it? So, I'm going down the stairs, and I'm thinking, hey, this is my father's house. How did I get kicked out of this deal? So I go wake up the Muslim, and I said, listen, you know, we got to talk. We got a problem. He said, what's the matter? I said, I want to talk to you. Let's go outside. Now we live in the country, so we start walking down these country roads in the dark. One side, down the other, back, forth. And all night long we're walking and talking. I'm doing all the talking, he's doing the walking, and we're just going along. And about the time the sun started to rise up, I said, well, you got to go pray your Fajr prayer. And he said, yeah. And he said, and you have to realize this subject you keep talking about, rattling on about, is not between you and me anyway. And it's not between you and your wife. It's not between you and your father. This is something between you and your Lord. You need to go talk to him. I said, what? I really thought I was kind of like